The referee for today's match is Karen Apt, assisted by Jennifer Polies and Michelle Provan, and the fourth official is Jasmine Peralta.
Welcome to Carson, California for the 2015 U20 National Training Center Invitational. As today's first match to kick off the tournament is the CONCACAF powerhouse Mexico versus six-time CONMEBOL U20 champions Brazil. And our referee Karen Apt is bringing the ball to the middle of Mexico in their red shirts, black shorts, and red socks are getting ready to kick off, and we're going to switch things around. The Seleção and their famous yellow jerseys will have the kick for the first half. This is a four-team round-robin tournament, which also has the USA and Japan, who will kick off at 6 p.m. approximately Pacific time. But for now, it's all about Mexico versus Brazil, as both teams are preparing for their respective U20 championships in their region. And of course, the top few teams in those tournaments will go on to the U20 World Cup next year in Papua New Guinea. And Brazil, the reigning U20 South American champions, to get us underway, have won the last 6 editions of that tournament, but this is their first internationals of 2015, and looking to move the ball from side to side right away. I'm Mark Serber, and it's a pleasure to be with you here on U.S. Soccer, as Mexico will overtake via the throw-in. Mexico has had a training camp every month this year except for February. Has only played 2 games, though, and those were against college teams. Lost 4-1 to Notre Dame, and then beat University of Illinois Chicago 2-0. Head coach Roberto Medina telling me before the game that he's looking to find the players that he wants for the CONCACAF U20 Championship coming up from December 3rd through the in San Pedro Sula, Honduras. As this is a Mexico side looking to get back to the U20 World Cup, where they went out, but they have a chance to get by Brazil here, and coming out quickly to make the save was Carla, but really Mexico should be up 1-0 early. Good save by the 17-year-old. Her birthday will be in 2 days when Brazil faces Japan. And many of these Brazilian players going by just one name, as that's a midfield. And Brazil will look to overtake. One-touch passing, cut out by Gonzalez. Plays it forward, looking for Martinez. One back by Brazil in midfield. And it's the captain looking to play it through. Header won by Matos in front of her back four, and Tabitha's chasing. Mexican defense gets there first, but you can see that high pressure from Brazil to win it back in midfield. This is Matos once again. Was trying to clip it through, but nobody making the run. And coming out is Stephanie Barreras, the 18-year-old from Phoenix, Arizona. Plays in the W League with the Arizona Strikers. Has also won multiple titles with her club team, Sereno SC. Rodriguez on the near side. Gonzalez, the 18-year-old, gets it inside to her captain, Antonio Lopez, looking for the long ball to the far side. Brazil able to deal with it through Isabella. Isabella on the defense once again as the clearance wasn't good enough. And Mexico retains possession in midfield. Medina pleading with his players to move the ball quicker, and they do here. And there's space to get off the cross. Flag stays down, and almost the opening goal of the game for Mexico, and really the second goal they should have put away, but good pressure from Mexico, winning that ball high up the field, getting it out wide into the channel, and then a good cross, which Brazil had trouble dealing with at the back post. And that's one thing Mexico worked in training on Sunday, was they had a scrimmage where the wide players were free, and every time they got the ball out wide, they went right down to the byline and crossed it. So look for Mexico to play the ball either into those inside channels or outside, get to the byline, and look to try and score off crosses. Assistant referee number 2 on the far side, Michelle Provan, putting her flag in the way of Mexico, so it'll be a throw in deep in Brazil's territory. Isabella defending, and it will just be a goal kick. And Barreras, Carla rather, who will turn 18 against Mexico on Thursday, moving the ball over. 17 years of age and playing with the U20 national team. Gets the ball out wide to Yasmin. And checking in is Kellen. Gabriela, wearing the famous number 10 jersey. Lovely combination play, and Bernal thought she was in space, but she is offside. Well, it's a very open game to start so far. However, Bernal just went a little too early. And Brazil doing a good job to play out of the pressure. Rodriguez streaking up this near side. Instead, it's played into Martinez. Smart header back into the midfield. However, the captain, Antonio, dispossessed. And Brazil has a chance to counter. And that pass just a bit too far. And now Rodriguez can get forward. Lovely ball over for Gonzalez. Has a step on Yasmin. Yasmin does well to get back and get a foot in. However, Gonzalez able to get a cross off, flicked on. And getting over to the far side to make the clearance is Brazil. Now they're going to look to work their way out of the back. Matos. Matos, one of the 18-year-olds on this squad, plays her club ball for Criciúma SC. Won back by the captain, who played in the last U20 World Cup for Mexico. And a long-range shot, and nothing to trouble Carla in the end. Roberto Medina very happy with the high pressure his Mexico side are applying early on. The header won over Matos and played in. Rodriguez joins the party. Lovely ball into the channel, and just a bit too much on that one from Nancy Antonio. 19-year-old was a member of last year's U20 World Cup team that didn't make it out of the group stage for Mexico. Tied both Nigeria and England 1-1, but then lost to South Korea 2-1 on that final game when all 4 teams still had a chance to go through. The U17s, however, made it all the way to the quarterfinals. Brenna. And Brazil spending way too much time on the ball. Another ambitious effort. The win might take this one, but it takes it over the crossbar. 4 good opportunities in the early going for Mexico, 2 of them from distance. So another goal kick from Carla, who's had to take a couple deep breaths. Few nervous moments for her in this Brazilian back line. Brenna won the first header, but it went the wrong way. Martinez puts it out wide. Jacqueline Rodriguez shapes out to this near side and puts in a beautiful early cross. Just a bit too tall, however. And Belin Cruz unable to get to that one as the taller Brazilian defender let that one go over her head and out for another goal kick. But it's been all Mexico in this early going. The best chance that Brazil had, they looked to be off and running, but it was flagged for offside. 4 shots on goal for Mexico so far. Looking to play it through. Carla comes out and atones for her error. Distribution needs to be better from the keeper. This time takes all 6 seconds. Trying to bring it down was Tabitha, but it's Mexico with all the offense in the early going. Good shielding by Yasmin on the far side. This is Kellen. Wearing the number 9. Her twin sisters out there wearing number 3 along the defensive line. Both of them play for Kinderman SC. The captain, Nancy Antonio. Beautiful job to turn away from 2. Rodriguez into the channel once again and trying to head it out wide for Evelyn Gonzalez was Belin Cruz. However, Gonzalez wasn't making the run. Belin Cruz, just 16 years old. And it was her dream to play for the Mexican national team. However, the tryouts were in Mexico City. She's from Acapulco. And so her family and friends raised the funds for her to travel to Mexico City for a tryout. And since then, she's played in the U17 World Cup and is now with the U20 national team. So great story, support from family and friends for Belin Cruz. And she has certainly repaid them and the entire nation of Mexico. Had a goal and 2 assists in that U17 World Cup. However, they're going to have to defend here. Yasmin getting forward. She wanted the shot, but Mexico quickly closes it down. However, it's going to be a throw-in for Brazil deep in Mexico's end. Yasmin to take the throw-in. The 18-year-old who plays for Sao Jose Esporte Club. Looks for the run from Brenna, and it opens up the space in the channel. Gabriela gets to the byline, looking to pull it across, and Mexico do a good job not to concede the corner kick. It'll be another throw-in for Yasmin. And the referee actually telling Yasmin that she can move up. First time I've ever seen that. Usually the referees tell them to move back. Into the corner for Brenna. Brenna able to keep it in. Mexico able to get it clear. Smartly flick back. And push forward for Gabriela. Mexico players thought she was coming back from an offside position. However, the flag stays down and it's Tabitha fighting for it on the far side. Able to spin away from Flores. Little touch in for Kellen. I'm not sure whether that was a cross or shot, but in the end, it ends up in the arms of Barreras. And the 18-year-old takes it easily. Good pressure from Gabriela. The ball will stay with Mexico, but it was a chance to quell the counterattack. And this time the referee will tell Jacqueline Rodriguez to come back with it. Rodriguez, like Nancy Antonio, was a member of last summer's U20 World Cup squad. And it's Mexico at the moment, first to every ball. Gonzalez swings it to the far side. This should be a chance, and it's just flashing wide of Carla's goal. That should have been the opener for Mexico. It could very well be 3 or 4-0 in favor of the CONCACAF side at the moment. Goal kick from Carla played short to Yasmin. 18-year-old plays it forward, and that was a great first touch from Gabriela, and whistled for the foul as Flores. Vanessa Flores has worn the captain's armband for Mexican national sides. 18-year-old played 3 games at the U17 World Cup last year. born in Houston, Texas, plays her club ball for the Albion Hurricanes, and is going to attend West Virginia University in the fall, Vanessa Flores. As that was a good ball driven in, but once again, it's Mexico, the more aggressive team. Eva Gonzalez looking for Katy Martinez. Martinez is chasing, but it's won by Isabella. Helped on into the midfield by the Brazilian defense, but it's Mexico who are dominating at the moment. Doriva Bueno, the head coach of Brazil, was pleading for high pressure, and even though he didn't get it, a poor ball out of the back gives the ball back to Brazil. And now your yellow jerseys are pouring forward. Kellen trying to chisel her way down the far side. Mexico able to get the ball clear through Orahel. One back by Brazil. Brenna wanted to try her luck from distance, but 3 red jerseys closed her down. Brenna stabs it away to win it back. Gabriella plays in the channel, and the flag goes up. It was a beautiful ball, and it's in the net, but it's not going to count for Tabitha. The assistant referee on the far side, Michelle Proven, put her flag up. Second time Tabitha has been flagged for offside. What a ball that was from Gabriella, though. Great look. Brazil's head coach, Doriva Bueno, telling me that Brazilians, of course, always very technical, always able to possess the ball. However, the best teams in the world can also be very direct, the likes of the Germanys, the USAs. He said the teams that win are often more direct. He said, so we want to combine our possessing the ball with knowing when to be direct and when to get it to our forwards as quickly as possible. Said that in the last few camps, his teams have been working on their tactics because he said Brazilian players are always very technical, as we know on both the men's and women's side of the game, but tactically they need to be more astute. And it's a Brazilian team that had 3 domestic camps before coming here. Their last one went from the 11th through the 30th, had 28 players, then whittled down to 22. 22 came to the U.S., and then 2 were left off the roster right before the start of the tournament. And the high pressure paying off, but it will be a throw-in for Mexico. However, great job by Gabriella to defend from the front. Rare missed touch from Eva Gonzalez, rather. Dallas Texans player who was a member of Mexico's U17 World Cup squad in Costa Rica last summer. Kellen. Gabriella. Brenna steps in to win it back. Gets a little touch from Kenna. Back to Kellen from Gabriella. Oh, and the two of them almost combined beautifully. Kellen and Brenna. Yasmin steps in to win it. Great job tracking back by Eva Gonzalez. And the captain plays it inside for Martinez. Was trying to get it out to the wing, but it was well stepped in by Matos to disturb her. And now Tabitha off and running. Plays it out wide on the overlap. Well stepped in by Jocelyn Orahel. Orahel grew up just about 20 miles from here in Fountain Valley. Plays her club ball for the SoCal Blues and will attend Colorado in the fall. Will she'll play for the Buffaloes. And the long ball looking for Gonzalez. One back by Julia Bianchi. Bianchi was a member of Brazil's U20 World Cup team last year. Handball whistled on Tabitha. '18th minute here at the National and Glenn Mooch Marinick Field. Still 0-0 between Brazil and Mexico in the first game of the 2015 U20 NTC Invitational. However, this game could really be 4-0 Mexico chances, but have been unable to take them. And Brazil's starting to grow into the game just a little bit. However, Mexico doing a good job to hunt the ball back in packs, defending in 2s and 3s around the ball, and this time be a thrown for Brazil. But it's caused problems for the Seleção, who've been on their heels for much of the early going. And space to run. Slipped inside looking for Gabriela. However, Brenna's passed just behind her. And Barreras thought about the long punt. Instead, will play it into the midfielder checking in. Long ball into the middle, looking for Gonzalez. Looked like she had a step. Tremendous defending from Beatriz. The flick on, looking for Gabriela. Cleared away, and there's that long ball from Mexico once again. And Beatriz doing a good job to use her body. Poor clearance, though, and almost returned with considerable interest from Gonzalez. However, Eva Gonzalez unable to get her effort on target. It was a great job by Beatriz to win that long ball, but you can't clear it right to the top of the box. You got to get that up and away. And in the end, almost punished. Another chance goes begging for Mexico. They could be out of sight with this one just 20 minutes in. Bianchi heads it forward. Pushed back by Gabriela. Given away by Brenna. But Brenna steps in and win it again. Yasmin reads the game so well, Yasmin. Getting forward. And that ball should have gone into the channel for Yasmin, and rightly upset. However, Kellen wins it back. Tried to play a cheeky one through for Tabitha. And now Brazil could be caught out here, but Mexico will slow it down. Waiting for that overlap on the far side allowed Brazil to get numbers back. And they're able to make the clearance. Tabitha keeps it in bounds. Oh, lovely move, but she ran out of real estate, so it'll be Mexico's ball right around midfield. Tabitha, one of 4 players on this squad who plays her club ball for the Asociación Ferroviaria. This one will roll out harmlessly for a goal kick. Very interesting talking to both coaches before this tournament. Doriva Bueno telling me that his side, very technical, but they need to work on the tactical side of the game. Roberto Medina, the head coach of Mexico, telling me the exact opposite. That his team, very tactically astute. However, their technique not up to international standards. But it didn't look like it there on that turn. However, giving the ball away is Mexico, and something could be on here for Brazil. Joining the party late is Bianchi, looking for the quick shot, but plays it right into the arms of Barreras. She had time to take a touch, perhaps have a cup of tea, and then pick out the corner. Elected to take it first time. Well, Mexico's been first to most of the balls, but Yasmin for Brazil has seemed to win everything that's come her way. Carla, the 17-year-old, for just 2 more days. Tabitha able to keep it in, but with a heavy touch. And lucky that this time, no real pressure from the Mexicans. Now it comes. But Tabitha will win the throw-in. It's little things like that in this game, though. That heavy touch kills a counterattack. That 1 second window of opportunity between a good touch and a bad touch, and everything changes. And now Mexico has the ball again. Yasmin. Lovely touch from Gabriela. Brenna. Julia Bianchi wants it in midfield. Bianchi just 17, but has already played in one U20 World Cup. Can shoot from distance, scored a goal from well outside the box in a 2-1 win against Team Chicago in a scrimmage back in Brazil. In fact, during their training camps, Brazil went 3-2. That's 3 wins and 2 draws in their 5 matches, including a draw against Botafogo and a 1-1 draw against the Santos U15 men's academy team. Santos, of course, winning the Copa Libertadores a few years back when they had the likes of Neymar on their squad. Katy Martinez going in hard, as is Belén Cruz. And good pressure, but it comes to nothing as Carla comes to the extreme of her penalty area to pick up the ball. Helped on, played in the middle, looking for Gabriela. And poked away by Jacqueline Rodriguez. Good job by the outside back to shift into the middle as the ball came in from the other side. Gabriela has moved from side to side here. She's the one pulling the strings for Brazil in the early going, trying to get the cross off and winning the first corner kick of the game for either side. So Yasmin comes all the way across to take it. It's going to be an in-swinger from the far side. 4 players camped out across the 6 for Brazil. Tabitha and Brenna at the top of the box, looking to make a late run in. And I think the Brazilians want to play this one short because they want to make sure that the 2 Mexican defenders stationed outside the box were 10 yards. However, they get the job done, and now it's going to be swung into the mix. It's a looping cross. Barreras is up, and it's catching practice in the end. Barreras not impressed with the attention of Kellen. Gives it right to Brenna. Brenna, in return, gives it right to Martinez. And now Mexico could be off and running. Gonzalez. And it's who else but Yasmin. Yasmin shielding, playing down the line. Hit off the chest of Bianchi, and Bianchi pokes it on to Brenna. And that was a smart header from Flores. And another long-range effort. Nothing to trouble Carla in the end. However, Roberto Medina doesn't seem to be bothered by those long-range shots. In fact, he's happy with them. Especially with the wind that swirls around here at Carson, why not try those efforts? Pietri. As that ball was looking into the channel for Katy Martinez. Roberto Medina was screaming at Vanessa Flores that he wanted that ball played about 3 or 4 seconds sooner, but in the end, he was very happy with the decision that she made. It's the long ball once again, forcing Brazil on their heels. And it's safety first. Mexico's pressure winning another throw in deep in Brazilian territory. Brazil has missed 2 breakaways and has had 3 decent efforts from just outside the box. could very well be up 3 or 4-0 as we're about the midway point of the first half here in the first game of the U20 2015 NTC Invitational. Carla's goal kick. Kellen brings it down. You could see the idea there, and Mexico won it back, but a handball gives it back to Brazil. With nobody checking to the ball, it looks like this one's going to be swung into the mix. Just 3 players lurking around the top of the box, and it's played low to Tabitha. Leaves it back for Bianchi. She wants to have a go. That one always rising. Nothing to concern Barreras in the end. Lovely set piece, though. Everybody expecting that ball into the box. Tabitha checked in and laid it off for Bianchi. Definitely something from the training ground for sure. And the call from Roberto Medina is rapido, rapido. Told me he wants his Mexican team to always be aggressive, to always get the ball forward as quickly as possible. And he said one thing his team needs to work on is to not worry about the opponent that they're playing, to play their style no matter what the stature of the opponent is, whether it's the USAs, the Germanys, the Japans, or the Brazils. That's why he's very happy his squad is here at the U20 2015 NTC Invitational. Next match coming up for Mexico will be against the USA on Thursday. Then they will finish with Japan. So for Mexican fans who want Thursday, that will be a 6 p.m. Pacific start. This is the USA as the home side get all the second games in this tournament. Carlo once again. Brazil has shown their talent in glimpses and little flashes, but so far they've been defending for the most part. As Carla comes to the top of her box to claim that one. That one over the head of Gabriela. Vanessa Flores loses out. However, Brenna is stripped by Antonio. Nice move from Antonio. Now looking for that ball. Martinez brings it down well. And then rather lost her footing as Gonzalez was making a run. Smart header back from Brenna to her captain, Julia Bianchi. Well read by Gonzalez. And it's Yasmin over to make the tackle, but at the expense of a throw-in. As more and more red jerseys creep forward into the Brazilian end. Cleared away by Julia Bianchi. Three Mexican players warming up off to the side of their bench. No activity on the Brazilian side as this one's flicked in and cleared away. And that ball fell kindly for Evelyn Gonzalez. Didn't get any purchase behind the shot. As Jacqueline Rodriguez clears it to safety. Yasmin. Gabriela very upset as she thought that Eva Gonzalez came in with the studs up. Might have had a point, however, the ref didn't see it. Lovely little turn from Kellen. And a nice little flick with the outside of the foot. Was looking for that return ball to Gabriella in the channel. Yasmin, the outside back, getting forward as well into the attack. Gabriella. Brenna's early cross, looking for Tabitha. Cleared away on the far side. Tabitha. Has to spin away, looking for options. Bianchi, dispossessed. Bernal plays it forward. Into the center, and that's a good sliding challenge. And it's Matos. She wants the ball back from Gabrielle. Instead, it's going to be played over the top, looking for Kellen. And Kellen keeps it. Spins away from traffic. Bianchi made the run, pushes it on for Tabitha, and it took her a bit too far out wide. Tabitha able to keep it, though. Bianchi playing a little two-woman game with Tabitha. In for Bianchi once again. Great inner passing. However, Mexico doing a good job to stand their ground on defense and make sure not to let any shots get off, as they did not give up a half yard of space to let either Tabitha or Gabriella unload there. Carreras. You can see Mexico's game plan to look for their forwards as quickly as possible and have their midfield play off them. Either that or force Brazil into bad clearances when Brazil does win the ball back. Matos was looking to play it into the space for Bianchi. However, played it too close to Orejel. Orejel did not feature in the last U17 World Cup. However, the 18-year-old did play in the 2012 World Cup in Japan. Tournament in which the Americans came out victorious. And referee Karen Abt calls a free kick in midfield when Mexico had possession. Not sure why advantage wasn't played there, but Roberto Medina in this technical area is irate that they're not opening up the game and playing it out wide. They were moving the ball nicely through the center, but it was opening up the wings as this Brazil defense is very narrow. Now the cross comes in, and Medina screaming at the referee for a penalty. He's definitely not going to get that one. Still Mexico with plenty of players forward. All but one Brazilian player back, but the offside flag is up, and it's a get-out-of-jail-free card for this Brazilian side that's been under pressure for the majority of this first half. Header cleared away on the far side by Monica Flores. Plays her college ball at Notre Dame with her twin sister Sabrina Flores, who plays on the U.S. U20 national team. So that'll be an interesting storyline on Thursday. It'll be sister against sister. Long throw and played in the channel. Brazil win it back on the far side. Brenna flips it up for Kellen. A handball will go against Kellen Bender. Matos doing a good job to stand in front of that ball with Kellen to make sure that Mexico couldn't play it quickly. And now Rodriguez making a looping run into the channel. Can she get there before the keeper? She was shielded off well, and Carla read it all the way. At the outside back, Jacqueline Rodriguez doing a tremendous job to get forward at almost every opportunity. As Barreras come out, not really sure what she wants to do with this one, and in the end has to pass it out. And if Barreras is going to come all the way out of her box like that, especially when Orejao is going to get there first, then she needs to know what she's going to do with it, be much more decisive than that. Can Brazil take advantage? Good shielding. Some Brazilian players wanted a handball. Referee Karen App not at all interested. Brenna gets back well. Karen on the far side. Played that well over the head of her twin sister, Kellen, as both her and Tabitha were walking back more in the midfield rather than making any runs forward. Vanessa Flores, soon to be Mountaineer with time on the ball. Assesses her options. And now Brazil are starting to get wise to that ball directly to the forwards. No handball. Tabitha to try her luck from distance. Needs to at least test the keeper. In the end, just a goal kick for Stephanie Barreras. Barreras' goal kick is low. Tabitha almost wins it back. Bianchi fighting feverishly in midfield, touches it on for Brenna. Looking out wide for Tabitha. Well shielded by Monica Flores on the far side to win the throw-in. Good long throw-in into space as well. However, that ball needed to be prodded forward a bit quicker, and Brazil were able to recover. Otherwise, the counterattack could have been on for Mexico. Rodriguez opens up. Gabriela chasing. Rodriguez tried to play it inside, but Yasmin's there. Brenna needs to give a better angle. She knew exactly where that ball was going to be played. She needs to get back quicker and open up her body so as that ball comes to her, she can take her first touch down the line. Instead, it's a Mexico throw-in as the wind picks up here in Carson. Cleared away by Brenna. Orejao gets it back to Barreras. Monica Flores on the far side. Katy Martinez, the 18-year-old, looking for a shot. She almost found it too. Well, Carla has seen many players look to pull the trigger from distance, but really hasn't had to deal with them as most of the shots have been off target. They're there to be hit, but they need to at least be put on frame. And this time the free kick will go the way of Brazil. And Beatriz being told by the bench to move it forward. Karen App stepping in right away and says, no more standing in front of the ball, right? Little touch on from Kellen. Gabrielle, you have a feeling that if Brazil are going to score, the move is going to at least come through her if she's not the one who puts the ball in the back of the net. Beatriz getting into the attack. Bianchi. Beatriz has Yasmin on this near side if she can find her. Kellen. Gabriela brings it down on the chest. Trying to spin away from Antonio. And that is a certain foul on Evelyn Gonzalez. And a chance to put the ball into the danger area for Brazil. We saw last time on a longer free kick from distance a well-worked set piece that led to a shot that wasn't on target. Or, beg your pardon, was on target but was straight at the keeper. This time, however, the ball might just be swung into the mix and see who can win the physical battle with the ball bouncing in the box. As we are now into first half stoppage time. 1 minute has been signaled by the referee. And perhaps a chance for Brazil to take the lead right before the two teams go into the locker room. And Yasmin's going to leave this one on. Now Bernal plays it in. However, the ball from Brenna lacking the necessary trajectory. She wins it back herself, though. Went for the quick snapshot, which is going to go out for a throw-in rather than a goal kick. Doriva Bueno and his side screaming for Brazil to push up and press high. Something that they've worked on in their training camps, especially with their outside backs, their wingers, and their defensive mids. As he knows there's not much time left in this first half. Now the board set to go up, showing 1 minute.
The referee has added a minimum of 1 minute of stoppage time to the first half.
Gabriello had straight offside, but Tabitha wasn't. Little touchback from Kellen. Bianchi dispossessed, but the ball will remain with Brazil. About 20 seconds have elapsed in stoppage time. Good double team from Orejal and from Belen Cruz. Jania Gonzalez was supposed to start, but Belen Cruz took her place at the last minute. Belen Cruz from Acapulco helps to win this free kick. And now 7 players looking to get on the end of this for Mexico. However, coming out is Carla, and it's easy for her. And that is the last action of a first half in which Mexico came out on fire. And they had 2 clear-cut breakaways, but contrived to put both of them wide. Also had plenty of chances from distance, but couldn't hit the frame of the net. And even though Brazil came close on 1 or 2 occasions, this game tied 0-0 at halftime, but it could really be Mexico up 3 or 4-0. We're going to take a break up here in the booth after the first 45 minutes of the 2015 U20 NTC Invitational. It's Mexico 0, Brazil 0. We'll be back with you in 14 minutes to set up the second half. Chase, is it sounding alright? Any suggestions or anything? No? Alright. Yeah, did I set it up right? Okay. Joe, any suggestions? Because I suck for the first time. The thing is, I don't have a clock. That's the only thing that like is killing me. I do, yeah. How do I start it from 45? That's my question. What? What? No, I really can actually. I can't add that quick when I'm not on air. It's not A. It doesn't matter because I can't see it and there's yeah. I mean it matters, but I mean it doesn't. Yeah. I'll just start at 45 and figure it out as I go. I mean, I'll start at 0 and figure it out as I go. Yeah. It's just like there's always one, like the one thing I didn't think about was, hey, I don't have a clock. And so then I was like, well. You know why? It flew off the tape. Yeah. I mean, I'll just tape that front part. And the last time it was because I had to untape it to tape this down, and while I was taping this down, that's why that kept flying away. I don't have a life. Well, I came out here like every day and talked to the coaches and stuff like that, and bug all the TLOs for rosters. And, you know, when they play in college, it's easy to find stuff on them, or like, yeah, for like the U.S. National team, Heifetz kills it, you know? So that makes it easier. I appreciate it. Want you to hold my hand. 0-0 as we get set for the second 45 minutes here at the National Training Center in Carson, California, in the first match of the 2015 U20 NTC Invitational. Be Mexico to kick off the second half, moving from right to left across your screen. The Seleção and their famous yellow jerseys moving from left to right. Final 45 minutes in game one as 0-0, but it really should be 3 or 4-0 Mexico. Perhaps something that I didn't really expect. Both teams very direct, looking to find their forwards right away. We'll see if either side changes that at halftime. Good high pressure from Cruz. And Kellen trying to keep that ball in bounds, and she does. Hits it off of Orejel and wins the throw-in. Isabella coming up to take. The 18-year-old with the quick throw-in. Gonzalez did well to bring that down. Working against two. Smartly stepped in by Karen. Monica Flores, the Livingston, New Jersey native, takes the throw-in and will take the next throw-in about 10 yards higher. Third throw-in for Monica Gonzalez, or Monica Flores, rather. 19-year-old whose sister plays for the U.S. national team, the U20s. So the two of them will meet on Thursday night. Plays it in for Billing Cruz. Cruz trying to get to the byline. It hits off the defender last. Second corner kick of the game. First for Mexico. This one will be an in-swinger from the near side. It's something that Mexico has worked on in training. And it's a good ball into the back post and headed away by Yasmin. And it was a good, confident header as well. Orejel sends it back in. Martinez getting under it, but Beatriz is there. Oh, and a rear miscue. Billing Cruz right into the arms of Carla. Head coach Roberto Medina not at all happy with that. He knows that that should be 1-0. Good high pressure to win that ball back, but Cruz has to place that. Cruz just 16 years old, already with the U20s, after having 2 goals and an assist at the U17 World Cup. Or 1 goal, rather, against China, and 2 assists. Brenna has been very involved for Brazil when they've had the ball. Hard step in from Tabitha. And the question is this going to be a throw-in or a free kick? Just a throw-in for Monica Flores. Both coaches at the edge of their technical areas, very vocal with their players. First international for both of these teams in 2015, as they're getting ready for their respective qualifying tournaments in South Africa and CONCACAF respectively. South America, rather, and CONCACAF respectively. Gabriela has her pocket picked, and this is Cruz. 16-year-old turns and now has to deal with Bianchi. That's a smart ball over the top. Flores arriving. Pushes it forward, looking for Gonzalez. But Karen is there, and she'll clear it to safety. South American U20 championships have not been announced yet. Mexico knows that the CONCACAF U20 championships will be in December from the 3rd through the 13th in San Pedro Sula, Honduras. So both Mexico and the U.S. are using this tournament to get ready for that. Brazil working down the far side. 2 players to pick out in the middle. And it's going to be the second corner kick of the game for the Brazilians. Just 1 corner kick in the first half, and that was for Brazil. And probably the most important thing in soccer that you need is the ball. 4th official's holding one. And now a flurry of them are coming as one of the Mexican defenders had to go out of the bushes. Brazil wanting to play it short. Once again, the Mexicans getting in there before the 10-yard rule is implemented by the referee. And it's going to be another corner kick, and this time Karen Apt comes over and makes sure that the Mexicans give 10 yards. 3rd corner kick for Brazil. This one played inside, and it's an Olympico. One nothing Brazil against the run of play. You have to help that one, but the arc, the curve on the ball, causing Stephanie Barreras all sorts of problems. And in the end, in between 2 minds as to whether or not to punch that out or to catch it. And it hits off of her and goes into the net. Mexico has had the better of the chances. Brazil has the lead. We'll get confirmation of who took that corner kick in a second. Nevertheless, 1-0 in favor of the South Americans. As the offside flag is up, as Kellen came all the way back from an offside position to try and get in front of Jocelyn Orejel. And Orejel being told to bring it back to where the AR put her flag up. Deft touch into the channel from Orejel for Flores. Flores trying to create a half yard of space, and good defending from the Brazilians. Great job by Flores to dive in there and not allow the clearance. And a goal kick in the end for the Brazilians. One nothing. Brazil has taken the lead inside the first 5 minutes of this second half. And it came directly from a corner kick. The Mexicans had their chances in the first half, took none of them. And from a set piece, Brazil takes the lead.
Goal for Brazil, scored in the 52nd minute by number 7, Brina Carolina Oliveira.
And it's Brina who gets the goal. Directly from the corner kick, it was Brina who... Tabitha was thinking about a second. Instead, tried to play it into the channel for Isabella. However, Orejel is there. Gonzalez not stepping in front of Karen at the first time of asking, but does it the second time around. And Martinez turns Beatriz nicely. Matos was well stationed. Now Mexico getting back into this game, first to every ball. Tabitha into the channel. Has Kellen making the run. Kellen working 1-on-2, has to take herself out wide. And there you see that traditional Brazilian skill. The captain arriving in support. And no free kick called, and the referee wasn't playing advantage either. However, given right back to Isabella. I think she was trying to cross that one in, turned into a shot, and this time Barreras able to deal with it. So Brenna in the 52nd minute with the first goal in 2015 for the Brazilian U20 women's Seleção. And they lead Mexico 1-0, and it came via the corner kick. In what has been a very direct game, but Ball hasn't been moved as quickly as it needs to at this international level. Isabella getting there before Beline Cruz and looking to turn her. Almost turned her ankle, but she looks to be okay. Smacked the ground in frustration because she lost the ball. As Rebecca Bernal tried to play it in. Lovely spin from Gabriela. Giulia Bianchi. The goal scorer, Brenna. Back to Bianchi. And the offsides flag is up. As Mexico preparing a double substitution after going down 1-0. And a yellow card being given to Kellen for kicking the ball away, I believe. Karen App said, first you hit the goalkeeper the last time around, and now you push the ball away, so too many infractions. You abuse the rules too many times, you're going to get on the referee's nerves. And so Belen Cruz, the 16-year-old's night is done before the hour mark. And coming in for her is Jania Gonzalez, the 18-year-old who will start her career with Santa Clara in the fall. Also leaving is Eva Gonzalez. And entering for her is Jacqueline Crowther, the 17-year-old who had a goal versus Colombia in the U17 World Cup last summer.
Substitution in the 56th minute for Mexico. Entering the game, number 9, Jacqueline Crowther. And entering the game, number 7, Janae Gonzalez. She is replacing number 17, Belen Cruz, and number 9 is replacing number 18, Eva Gonzalez.
Tabitha thought about it, smartly plays it in the path of Gabriela, can't pick out the near post.
Also, yellow card issued in the 56th minute to number 9, Kellen Bender of Brazil.
Excellent work from Tabitha. Most players would have been selfish, but she picked her head up and saw the run and saw that it was a better opportunity. Almost turning provider for Gabriela. Good pressure from Tabitha there as well. Ball forced all the way back to Barreras. And Barreras will not be happy with herself for letting in the Olympico in the 52nd minute as Brenna swung in the corner kick, and it was a dangerous ball. But goalkeepers always feel they should deal with those better. It's the flick on looking for Evelyn Gonzalez. The 18-year-old can't get to it. And it's the goal scorer, Brenna, doing the hassling. Spun away from her, but won back by Beatrice. "17-year-old Beatrice, one of 5 players on this Brazil U20 squad who plays for Grêmio Osasco Audax. Nine of these 20 players come from 2 clubs. So what can Jacqueline Crowther do here as she came into the game in the 56th minute rather? Both her and Jania Gonzalez coming in to provide a little bit of an offensive spark. However, it's Brazil who's defending, or on the attack. It's 3-on-2, played into the middle. Back to the top of the box, Brenna looking for her second, but that shot was always rising. Well, the chances have been there for both teams, but neither side really able to place their efforts. Bianchi had a shot from distance. She put right at the keeper. Beline Cruz had one at the other end, and she put wide. And now this one from Brenna, scored from a corner kick, but couldn't score from 18 yards out, dead center. That one over Brenna. The aforementioned Bianchi with the header. And she wins it back again. And the captain a bit too tactile for the referee's liking. And Bianchi smartly standing in front of the ball. A bit of gamesmanship, yes, but still necessary to keep Mexico from getting the ball forward before yellow jerseys could get back. Orejel to take the free kick. I was looking for a flick on, but no one's there. Bianchi. Kellen wins the first header and gets it off of Tabitha. Lovely skill from Isabel. Bianchi has space to pick out a pass. Brenna has her pocket picked, but wins it right back. Stabs it forward for Bianchi. Kellen is shaped out wide, puts it into the channel for Tabitha. And Tabitha has it taken away from her, but it will be a throw-in for Brazil. And in fact, the assistant referee points the other way. So Jennifer Politz, the AR1 on this side, disagrees with me, but Bianchi wins it back for Brazil. Crowther won the first ball, but Matos wins the second. It's been a good battle, especially in the air, between Kenna. Beautifully weighted ball into the channel for Tabitha. And even better shielding for Morejal on that one. Jocelyn Orejal, or Joss as she is known by her teammates, did a great job to read that one and get there before Tabitha and shield that ball and win the free kick. It was a perfectly weighted pass right into the space that it needed to be played into. But Joss got there first. Flores looking for the run of Crowther. And Beatrice is there. And that was a hard foul. And referee Karen App coming over, check on Beatrice. 17-year-old looks to be in some discomfort as the training staff is waved on, and right as the training staff is waved on, Beatrice gets up and starts running around. So as quickly as they're waved on, they're waved off. And now Karen Apt is asking if Julia Bianchi came off to get water. Because if she came off, then she should get a yellow card for leaving without the referee's permission. Well, she's not going to get a yellow card. Instead, she's going to have to stand out for 1 minute. International rules call for a yellow card when you leave the field without the referee's permission. But if anybody had to come off for a second because the trainers came out, it's not Bianchi because she went to get water. However, that's a great ball to the back post, and Kellen arrived just a second too late. So past the hour mark, 1-0 in favor of Brazil, who've settled into the game after Mexico created all the chances in the early running. Tabitha couldn't get enough power behind the header. Good distribution from Barreras, the keeper. Time for Bernal to turn and switch. The overlap is on, but it opens up the space in the center. Mexico started the game with 2 breakaways inside the first 20 minutes. Both of their efforts trickled just wide. Really more of a case of just not enough confidence in their shooting than anything else. And then took a couple of shots from distance, none of them on frame. But perhaps a chance to hit back from the set piece here, as that was a hard foul. And it'll be a free kick as limping away is the captain, Nancy Antonio. Antonio looking to play in her second U20 World Cup. Either that or try and get called up to the full national side before that happens. Carla standing in the center of her goal. 4-woman wall. And this one played over and over the wall and over the crossbar. Another chance goes begging for Mexico. And another big sigh of relief for Carla. Ball set up nicely for Gonzalez in the midfield. Tried to get it out wide. Brazil give it right back. Something could be on here for Mexico. Oh, and just getting a foot in time was Isabella. Headed back in by Monica Flores. And Tabitha unable to get to it in time. Flores, the Livingston, New Jersey native, plays it forward. Into the corner for Gonzalez, and her cross right to Carla, who will take it off the bounce. Roberto Medina yelling, why is nobody running across the face of the keeper on that one? Lovely switch to the far side. And it's Gonzalez, the sub, looking to run. Wins the throw-in. Now 2 players checking in. Played into Caddy Martinez. Cleared away. And Gabriela. She stayed higher and higher up in this second half. Not sure whether that's due to Dorival Bueno telling her to do that, or whether she's just getting a bit tired. However, there's space opening up in between that forward line and the midfield for Mexico to take advantage. The Brazilians are leaving a huge pocket of space in between that forward and midfield line where Mexico can take possession and look to do what they've been doing, which is spray the ball around. Brazilians look to be preparing their first substitution. As Marjorie is sitting on the bench with her bib off talking to Doriva Bueno. So Bueno giving her last minute instructions before she'll walk up to the center line. It's Mexico's ball in midfield. Isabella with the first header. Puts the second run right into the path of the Mexican forward. And it's Crowther. Embodied off the ball, and both of them very tactile, but no foul, says the referee. Good shielding from Eva Gonzalez. Bernal, top of the box. Great step in. And now the break could be on here for Brazil. 3-on-3. Mexicans trying to get back. Matos really running out of gas. And in the end, not able to play the ball with enough weight behind it to get that ball forward to Kellen. And now Marjorie is getting set to come on. As Isabella, when she got back to make that tackle before Bernal could take that shot, well, it was not Isabella. Isabella was saying that she got poked in the eye too, I think, in that battle with Crowther. But when Bernal was about to take that shot, whoever did a great job to get back and step in and take that ball away right as Bernal was lifting her foot, took a shot to the eye, and she's down, and now the training staff is out, and all the Brazilians are over on the sideline getting water. However, they can't come off the field. If they come off the field without the referee's permission, then they will be yellow carded, or I guess in this case told to stand out for a minute. Still a break here for both of these players. Beautiful day in Carson. Wind swirling around as usual in the South Bay. However, temperatures probably hovering around 73, 74 degrees. Couldn't ask for a more perfect day to play soccer, but a break is always welcome, especially at the international level. As it was Gabriella who came all the way back to make that challenge. I was just saying how she had been staying too high up. She got back at exactly the right time, keeping Rebecca Bernal from unloading what could have been the equalizer. In fact, it's not her eye, it's her mouth. She's bleeding on the inside of her lip. And Marjorie has come in. And it's Tabitha who's left us. So Marjorie in for Tabitha. Gonzalez streaking forward. Gets past the challenge of Matos. Can she keep it in? The answer is yes. And the cross is cleared away at the near post. Crowther.
Entering the game, number 16, Marjorie Boylston. Out, number 11, Gabriella Silva.
So Marjorie in for Tabitha. It's not Gabriella, as Gabriella is back out on the field, I believe. Kellen had two players on her back and somehow managed to win it. Marjorie's first touch of the game, as it's still 1-0 Brazil in the 72nd minute. Goal coming straight from the corner kick from Brenna. Martinez won it, tried to play it into the space, but not making the run was Gonzalez. Good job to keep the ball from the captain, Bianchi. That one over the head of Marjorie. Kellen arriving. No foul, says the referee, and it allows Brazil to win it back. Marjorie. Kellen looking to put in the cross. And what a save that is. That could have been 2-0 Brazil. Still something might be on here for the Seleção. And a good tackle on the far side. And a great job to ride that challenge. And now it's Mexico's turn to go the other way. No foul again. Marjorie finds herself in time and space. Sprays it out wide for Kellen. This time she wanted to run. Now she pulls it back into the gap for Marjorie. Very involved since coming on, Marjorie. And it's the captain, Bianchi. She engineers a half yard of space, but the deflection took the sting out of the shot. Mexico preparing to make another double substitution. You're allowed 6 in this tournament. So far, Brazil has made 1 and Mexico has made 2. They're about to hit the switch on substitutions number 3 and 4. Is Karen Apt, who's really let these two teams play, calls a free kick here. And it's going to be Liliana Rodriguez and Brianna Woodall who are getting set to check in for the Mexicans. American fans might remember Brianna Woodall. She's the one who scored the goal in the 2013 U17 CONCACAF Championship that caused the 1-1 draw with the USA that sent that match to penalties, in which the U.S. went on to lose and missed out on the U17 World Cup. And Monica Flores' night is done. Or maybe she's just coming over to get some instruction from Medina. As the substitutions is going to be Katy Martinez coming out. Brianna Woodall will replace her.
Number 21, Katy Martinez. Also substitution in the 74th minute for Mexico. Entering the game, number 14, Liliana Rodriguez. Leaving the game, number 10, Evelyn Gonzalez.
And Liliana Rodriguez replaces Evelyn Gonzalez. Brianna Woodall, just 16 years old. Born in Houston, Texas, plays her club ball for the Texas Rush. was the American-born Mexican who kept the Americans out of the last U17 World Cup. And now she's seeing if she can try and find the equalizer against Brazil as Mexico has their second corner kick of the game. Brazil scored the game's lone goal on a corner kick. Can Mexico give them a taste of their own medicine? Not with Yasmin stationed at the near post. And a free kick right at the top of the box. Heavy challenge from Matos. And Matos looks to be running out of gas a little bit. All her one-on-one defending in the first half was textbook. But she's been sticking out legs here in the second. And we could see something from the training ground here, but this is prime for a shot straight on goal. However, Mexico has had problems hitting the target in this game. Numerous chances for Mexico have made none of them come to fruition. Two players standing over the ball here. Curled up and over, easy for Carla in the end. Don't think that was meant to be a shot. Rodriguez, the substitute, wins the ball. Flores gets it out wide. Crowther puts it into the middle, and that is a crucial header away. Brenna, the goal scorer, wins it back for Brazil. Bernal dispossessed. And the free kick will go the other way. As Julia Bianchi went down knowing that she was working 2 against 6. I think she was trying to win the free kick to hold possession for Brazil. Instead, when she fell and put her hands on the ball, handball was called by referee Karen Apt. Sent forward. Repelled once again by the Brazilians. This time it's Isabella. Now Isabella has to get out wide to get on Crowther. Crowther gets to the end line. Not the best ball back. Intercepted at the near post. Not dealt with properly, though. Swung back into the danger area to the far post. Oh, and a bit of a heavy touch. And it allows Yasmin to recover and play it off her defender. And it's just a goal kick in the end for Brazil. Roberto Medina said before this tournament that his players' technique needed to improve, and that's exactly what he's talking about right there. A good first touch, and that ball's in the back of the net on the second touch. Instead, it remains 1-0 to Brazil on a goal directly from a corner kick by Brenna in the 52nd minute. Apologizes, our clock isn't working here. Believe we're somewhere around the 78th minute. It's Mexico pressing for the equalizer. Isabella into the space for Marjorie. Marjorie slows it down. Marjorie gets to the end line. Brilliant skill from Marjorie. The cross was good. The punch from Barreras was better. Not out of the woods yet, though, Mexico. Top of the box. Gabriela just missed the header. Yasmin just looking to keep the ball for Brazil. Dispossessed, and Mexico looking to go the other way. Good one-touch, two-touch passing, but Matos has been an excellent shield in front of the back four. In fact, now she's playing as a center back. Bianchi standing in front of her. So Matos and Kellen playing as those center back, or Karen rather, playing as those center backs, but Matos steps in front of Karen, almost like a stopper, in front of that what then becomes a back three. Brazil just trying to keep the ball in the corner. Mexico with the space to get forward. And Matos is in the right position again. Pressure from Mexico picking up as they look to push for the equalizer inside the last 10 minutes. Well stepped in from Karen, and then she got a boot to the head. Inadvertent for sure, but it's a head injury, and Karen Knapp does the right thing by stopping the game right away. It's another Brazilian down behind behind Karen Knapp. And just looks to be cramping, though. And it's Yasmin who's had a wonderful game, but Yasmin walking it off. So the good news is that both Karen and Yasmin are okay. No trainers needed to come on the field. Nobody needs to step off. The outside backs have been tremendous for the Brazilians, Isabel and Yasmin. And Gabriela. Looking for support, Gabriela, as she dribbles herself out wide. Finds it in the guise of Brenna. Brenna has her pocket picked, but it's won right back by the Brazilians. Ill-advised pass right to Monica Flores. Flores looking to get it forward right away. Stepping in to win it was Karen. Rahel brings it forward. Gave it right to Marjorie. Falls kindly for Kellen. Kellen creates the space and almost finds the corner. Brilliant save by Barreras, pushing it to safety. Oh, Marjorie has really made a good contribution since coming on for Brazil. This time she won the ball off an ill-advised pass from Orejel. The ball fell kindly for Kellen, and Kellen created the space, and that ball looked destined for the far post, but doing a great job to get down and push the ball around the post at full stretch was Stephanie Barreras. Fourth corner kick of the game for Brazil, third of this second half. And remember, this is how they scored their goal. The in-swinger this time to the near post. Barreras came off her line, a bit ill-advised. However, winning the clearance was the captain, Antonio, and she got fouled as well. So free kick, a substitution to be made, and a player down for Brazil. And the fifth and sixth substitutions for Mexico are going to be made as well. Erika Abreu, the 19-year-old out of EE Portuguesa de Desportos, is getting set to check in for Brenna, the goal scorer. And it's Brenna, I believe, who's cramping. So this will definitely add to stoppage time at the end of this game. Julia Bianchi comes in to get some instruction from her head coach, Doriva Bueno. And Brenna has limped off to the far side, so her night is done, but not before she scored the game's lone goal in the 52nd minute directly from the corner kick. The Olympico, always a special moment in soccer, especially if it's your side who scores it. And on for Brenna is Erika Abreu, the 19-year-old. So Mexico waiting to make their fifth and sixth substitutions. You can only make 3 substitutions in the second half, even though you're allowed 6 subs total, which means you can make multiple substitutions each time. However, Brazil, making 2 substitutions already, only 1 player at a time, means that they cannot use their allotted 6 substitutions. As now the captain, Nancy Antonio's night is done. And she's going to give the captain's armband over to Rebecca Bernal, 17-year-old who's already played in the U17 and U20 World Cups last year. Leaving the game as well as Jacqueline Rodriguez. Confirmation of those substitutions coming in a second. Isabella with the throw-in. Take two for Isabella. Isabella into Marjorie. Marjorie has done so well to keep the ball. Matos steps up, takes a shot, headed away at the top of the box. Isabella wins the first one. Can't get it to it at the second time of asking.
Substitution in the 83rd minute for Brazil. Entering the game, number 17, Erica Abreu. Leaving the game, number 7, Brina Carolina Oliveira. Also substitutions in the 85th minute for Mexico.
Sonia Vasquez flicks that one out of bounds with her first involvement in the match.
Leaving the game, number 6, Nancy Antonio. And entering the game, number 19, Julia Davia. And number 2, Jacqueline Rodriguez.
And Julissa Davia, the 17-year-old from Monterrey, is also in for Mexico as we are inside the final 5 minutes of regulation. Brazil leading 1-0 on a 52nd minute goal from Brenna, straight from the corner kick. And at this point, anywhere will do, but it gives Mexico a chance to get players forward. Rebecca Bernal being told to come further forward. Mexican bench screaming for a foul, but they're not going to get it. Roberto Medina screaming at his side to lock it in, telling everybody to come up and make the field as compact as possible. Cleared away by the captain, Bianchi. Shielded out of bounds. Mexico with all but 2 players in the opposition half. That looked to be a foul throw, but play goes on. Bit of a heavy touch, and Bianchi wins it back off of Vasquez. Puts it right back out of bounds. Oh, Brazil definitely are tiring. And then that's the case. You need to keep the ball. This time they win the throw-in, doing a good job to lock it in on that far side and not give the Mexicans any space either down that line or to play the ball into the middle. But right now, possession, the name of the game for the Brazilians. As the ball went out once again. Play really bogged down in midfield over on that left-hand side. And Brazil will creep up the left-hand side via the throw-in. Into the last few minutes of the 90. Brazil still clinging to a 52nd minute corner kick goal, an Olympico from Brenna. Brenna had to come out about 5 minutes ago due to cramping. But she certainly wrote herself into the books as the first goal scorer of the 2015 U20 NTC Invitational. And the first goal scorer for Brazil in any internationals at the U20 level this year. Brazil slowing down the game as much as they can. Referee Karen App telling them to hurry it up a bit. Yasmin on the far side. Good shielding by Kellen. Now the Brazilians looking to keep the ball in the corner. Kellen did well to keep it in. Now she just has to keep it. And over to make the plays, the substitute, Erica Abreu. And this time they win the ball. Brazil, great job not to allow the counterattack. However, there will be 5 minutes of stoppage time.
A minimum of 5 minutes of stoppage time to the end of the match.
If you're Mexico, I know you're trying to get the ball forward, but switch the flanks. Open it up to the other side. Mexico at the moment, though, have the ball deep in Brazil's end. They need to get the ball away from that sideline, though, because that's where Brazil is defending ferociously. And here comes the long throw to get the ball away from the sideline finally. Flicked on into the center, but cleared away before Crowther could get there. Bernal heads it back in. Touch back onto Bernal. Has a set of... Had a great job to sidestep her defender, but then put the effort wide as once again another Mexico shot from distance is nowhere near its target. And now Medina screaming, you got to get a ball and you've got to add time on to the end of this game. As about a minute has elapsed in stoppage time. And very frustrated Medina sees one of his defenders have to run all the way back to get the ball over to to Carla. And then Carla smartly switching sides. Goalkeepers are allowed to do that. That's wasting time within the rules. Karen smashes it forward. Gabriela chasing. Orejel wins the header. Only as far as Erica Abreu. Marjorie. Lovely move from Marjorie into the space. Gets it onto her left foot. Not enough purchase behind that shot, and able to get down and make the save is Barreras. Quickly throws it out to the far side. About 3 more minutes for Mexico to try and snatch the equalizer in stoppage time. Push forward, Flores is onside, Carla comes out, and now the offsides flag is up. That ball bouncing over everyone and goes all the way back to Barreras. Matos wins yet another header. Gabriela skipped past one but couldn't get past the second defender. And Yasmin steps in and wins the ball as she's done time after time again. On this occasion, keeping it away from the substitute Crowther. Played into the center where only Marjorie is. Flicked outside for Isabella. Great pressure from Monica Flores. Brazil getting ready to make its last substitution of the game. Flores is chasing. Karen's there. And Karen deciding to try and shield this ball out of bounds. And she does in the end. And it's going to be a foul. No, it wasn't the best decision. And now everybody's screaming at referee Karen Apt because Sonia Vasquez is bleeding. So Vasquez has to come off because she's having a nosebleed. Carla taking her time. About 4 minutes have elapsed in stoppage time. Heavy challenge as the ball goes to Gabriela. Orejel steps up, pushes it forward. Marjorie. Little touch on for Isabella. Beautiful ball into the channel for Kellen. Out wide for Gabriela. The question is, will Gabriela try and keep it, or will she go in the center? Rather caught in between two minds. It gives the ball away in the end. Now Flores has space to turn. Marjorie trying to get back. Crowther in a foot race against Karen. Karen has the angle. Crowther has the speed, but Karen gets there first and pushes it to safety. Sonia Vasquez asking permission to come back in. And now the substitution will be made.
95th minute for Brazil. Entering the game, number 18, Otia Grossetti. Leaving the game, number 9, Kellen Bender.
As Ochilia comes in the 95th minute, coming in for Kellen. So you have to feel that Ochilia's job will be to just hold up the ball. A poor touch there, trying to get the ball back to Monica Flores. Gives it to Brazil. That could very well be the last chance if Brazil can get this ball to the midline. It's up to the referee's discretion as to how much time is left. There was the substitution. There were a couple stoppages in stoppage time. As this one went off of Gabriela last. Missed touch from Morejel, and that could do it. Isabella to take a long throw, and that is it. The Brazilians hang on for a 1-0 victory over Mexico, and it came via an Olympico in the 52nd minute from Brenna as she swung the ball in a high arcing cross, and Barreras really unable to deal with it, caught in between two minds, I believe, as to whether to try and catch it or punch it. Plenty of chaos in front of her, and in the end it hit off her outstretched hand and into the net, and Mexico created the better of the chances, had the run of play for most of the game. 2 breakaways to start off this match, but could not score it. In the end, Brazil made them pay via the set piece. So it finishes here in the first match of the U20 2015 NTC. Brazil 1 and Mexico 0. We're going to take a quick break here, but a reminder to join us at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, as the USA will face off against Japan in each team's first match in the 2015 U20 NTC. But that will do it for now. For Game 1, I'm Mark Serber saying goodbye from Glenn Mooch Marinick Field, where it finishes Brazil 1, Mexico 0.